Last night, New York's hottest club was the Blondes' Spring-Summer 2018 runway. The front row at Skylight Carson Square was packed tight with celebs in their fiercest club gear, including Paris Hilton, Miss J. Alexander, Cardi B, Trina, erstwhile Bachelorette Rachel Lindsay, and Danielle Brooks, who was rocking a ferocious platinum blonde ponytail and corset top. Can we, for a moment, talk about Miss Danielle Brooks, who is living her whole life this fashion week? Miss Brooks is absolutely wrecking your faves, serving looks on looks earlier this week at Edition L and the super hype Christian Siriano show. Advertisement continue reading below, but like Vanessa Williams, her seatmate at Siriano, Miss Brooks saved the best for last. Get into this. Getty advertisement continue reading below. Everything else is cancelled. Well, maybe not cancelled, but put on notice. Advertisement continue reading below. Arriving at the cavernous West Soho warehouse space for the Blondes' 9 p.m. show, I first passed a UPS packaging processing center as long as a city block. Tractor trailers bearing packages and brown delivery trucks bearing Taylor Swift's face rumbled down the street, past the throng of attendees crowding around a doorway where they were letting people in 20 at a time. During the day, Washington Street, where the space is located, looks like the kind of nondescript place where an expository scene from Law Order might take place. But at night it was absolutely lit. Getty in a scene that called to mind Studio 54 in the 70s, Limelight in the 90s and tomorrow's Muscha Tinto party. Folks were done up in their most fabulously extra wigs everywhere. One person had fashioned a fascinator out of budding twigs. Thigh-high boots as far as the eye could see. One group of about 8 showed up in Andy Warhol wigs and sunglasses. It was a whole scene. Advertisement continue reading below. There was even someone in a rhinestone ghost face from Scream full head mask. Because obviously there would be. But, I quickly learned, one should expect nothing less from the Blondes, the outrageous label, that has designed bejeweled bodices for Beyoncé, Nicki Minaj and J.Lo, to name a few. The space was dimly lit with red light like the sort of sexy club to which I am not nearly cool enough to go. Advertisement continue reading below. Teyana Taylor, who, like Miss Brooks, is absolutely killing Fashion Week, opened the show with a bang. The space went black, the bass-heavy music kicked in, and Taylor was suddenly illuminated at the far end with her arms akimbo and her back to us. Already shook. Getty wearing a jewel-studded jacket and a cerulean vinyl one-piece swimsuit. Taylor strutted down the runway so ferociously that room was suddenly electrified. We didn't even need the lights. Getty advertisement continue reading below. This year's collection was, as expected, heavy on jewels and studs, with added pops of neon color and denim, including a corset and cut-off combo that is the realest thing I've seen in my entire life. Getty advertisement continue reading below. Getty advertisement continue reading below. Getty after making their circuit, the models didn't disappear backstage but rather sauntered down the dark and middle of the U-shaped runway, loitering next to the pillars that held the space up like arch club goers surveying the dance floor. Getty correction: that was the realest thing I've seen in my entire life. In a way, the entire show seemed to mimic the push-pull rhythms of nightlife. The flirtation, the pursuit, the repose, the pulse. It was an extremely sexy show in a way that felt assertive and completely in control. At the end of Up, I had to stumble outside in the still 80-degree heat to cool off next to a UPS truck. We've all had those nights. Follow our Eric Thomas on Twitter.